Hey, what's up, my homesteaders and my nerd deck? Sorry, I'm late. Uh, got to talk to mama on the phone. You got to talk to mama when you get her on the phone. So I see uh Heartland HQ Dick and Tank, David Tammer. How y'all doing? Glad y'all made it. So up to Moose 1829. Hey, Rebecca's brother Hillbilly. Uh, Dez, yeah, I see where Dez came in. Give me a thumbs up. They've been playing. Thank you so much. You got things going on. Hey, brother Joey, how you doing, man? Glad you made it in, brother. Whew. Like I said, Mama was on the phone, so I was trying to finish up with her, but I can talk to her in a week or so, so I figured I better get on the phone with her and talk to her. Uh, got something I got to unplug. Got to put it away too. Yeah. So ever get an opportunity to get one of these? It's a portable tire pump to pull up bicycle tires, basketballs, vehicle tires up to 35 psi. This thing is coming handy. I had to pump. I had a slack tire earlier. I had to pump it up. Took just about 5 minutes. Had it pumped up. So thing has come in super handy. I got to remember to put this back in the truck. Won that from Brian Waters Outdoors. He's having a giveaway. That's where I got my 300-watt Gulu power station from. Got both these at the same time. Set this over here. Try to remember to grab it and throw it back in the truck in a minute. Hey, Landy Okie, how you doing? But yeah, I finally got to go to the dentist yesterday and see them. Yeah, I got to do the old drill and fill. Hey, little sis, anytime, how you doing? Uh, yeah, he's over here. It's the two outside teeth, the back teeth. It's on the inside of the outside tooth and on the inside of the other tooth. They're like facing each other, and it's catching food and it's causing problems, hurting. He packed a bunch of some kind of stuff in there yesterday, kind of help keep food out of it. Go back July 29th and get that done. Hopefully, he said, if everything looks good, he said, we're just going to drill it, fill it, and be ready to go. So, put the old phone back on charge. But yeah, things been crazy. I'm feeling so much better after being sick the other week. Still got a little stuff draining, but it's hot. It's been so dang hot here lately. Get outside, you get hot, your nose starts running, everything's running. It's crazy. And just so sweaty. The temperature wasn't as high today, but the humidity was up and just it was so hot. Hey James Hall, how you doing, bro? Glad you made it in. Gillum Farms, hey. How you doing, Johnny? Glad you made it, bro. Trying to think. All right. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to leave the link, but something's changed. Nope. Okay, yeah. Copy. Okay. There's the link. If anybody wants to come up, I didn't pin it. I just put it up like this. Uh, Rainy Ridge, how y'all doing? Oh, but I missed y'all earlier. I was trying to get that put up. Uh, yeah, little tractor. Dale made a comment on that video, last video I made about the little tractor, and he agreed. I need to pull that fuel line up a little bit. I might cut the. Looks like a little aluminum fuel line, but I guess just that color. It's a metal fuel line that goes up might cut it off a little higher where I can actually feed the hose back up higher and get the fuel filter up, and try to put more of a swing in it, because it's almost like where the curve is, the end of the fuel filter is going into the curve part, and it's like it's binding up by letting the gas flow. So I got to pull all that around and move that filter back and get it where I can put more of a curve in that line and get it to the front there, and I hope that'll help. I got a bad feeling I'm gonna probably do like Dale said anyway. Go in there and check on that. It's a new set of points and a new condenser, but something may be haywire in there. I got to look at that. But I'm loving the way it looks with the new hose on there, with the new carburetor. Looks good on there. Uh, like I said in that last video I put some new connector ends on everything, man. But the exhaust manifold. Oh, well, actually the exhaust manifold. I mean, it's out a little bit. The line is about this far behind it, running down alongside just off the engine down. This gravity fed, the fuel tank's right above the engine, and the fuel line comes straight down. And that fuel cutoff. It's right on the bottom of the tank, and you got about this much between the valve covers and the bottom of the fuel tank to turn that screw to cut that fuel off. Yeah, anytime we're feeling better, way better than we were. I was feeling rough last week. If you seen the live last week, my voice kept trying to cut in and out. I kept having to clear my throat so I could talk, and then I was real hoarse the next morning. So I was running a little bit of a fever and just felt bad. Yeah, Johnny, it's just them old Fords. I would rather have a pump on it, then it wouldn't have been that big a deal. Because I think it would have forced it through and pushed the gas through there. But it's just the way that the filter sets just, it dips down in that fuel filter I put on, sets just below where the pipe comes off, where it would be level and run straight in the side. That's why it's made for that dang sediment bowl to fill up with gas where it can just run straight in there. And I'm just not a fan of that sediment bowl deal. But if this don't work, I'm gonna have to go find one and go back to it, much as I really don't want to. I mean, I'm not really a fan of is that dang the air filter with the oil bath in the bottom of it. I'm not really sure about that. I'm used to the old 2955 and was it old 2940 John Deere's daddy had that just had the big air filter. You take that thing out, bump it on the tire a few times, get some of the dirt out of it, and keep going until you can get where you can get to an air compressor and blow it out. But, like I said, when the thing is running, it's a tough little tractor. Yeah, that's exactly right, Johnny. 7-bowl acts as an extra bowl for the carburetor, actually holds gas where it can just kind of flow right on in there. And that may be what I have to have. So I really don't want to go that route again, but if I have to, I can hook one back up and put it back on there. But it's a different setup. Mine actually had the bolt that went through the top of the sediment bowl, and there was a hole in the bolt and a hole in the end of it where it would run over into it somehow. It's a freaky little deal. And it just screwed into the carburetor. As the bowl filled up, it run off in there. But Johnny, as I said, I couldn't use it with that carburetor because the sediment bowl screwed in on the very end of the carburetor on the opposite end from where that big hose for the air filter goes to. This new carburetor, the fuel line goes in the front, so I couldn't use that one. I had to find a different sediment bowl to match that with a line that come off to go in the front of the carburetor. Lynn, I have not had a John Deere 70 tractor. All we ever had was that old 2940 and 2955. Johnny, you'll have to ask Joey if it's Chinese carb or not. He ordered it for me, so. But it seems like all the ones I ordered from Amazon, I looked all over Amazon a while back, and you can only find the carburetors that the line goes in to the front. I don't know why. It may just be something with those style tractors. They just completely quit making them, or I had to go spend quite a bit of money on yesterday's tractor for one. They are really proud of their carburetors. They don't want nobody else to have them because that price is high. I saw some for like 300 something bucks on there. I mean, it's unreal. I mean, I'm sure they costed a lot before, but now that price of everything's went up, they probably went up with it. But I'm gonna try to make it work. I actually went to Tractor Supply the other day because uh, I think I do have the original car somewhere, Johnny. I had to find it, but well, actually, I just took it off. But that's the original ones when I took off because I couldn't get the other carburetors to bolt up right. I took parts out of the original one I bought from Amazon and started putting inside of it, trying to make it work. Figured new parts, right? And which when I put this new carburetor on, at first it ran just like it did when I parked it with the old carburetor on it. So it may not have been the carburetor. I may have actually finally got the carburetor right. I'm not sure. Well, no, I didn't because I didn't have another gasket in there because it's seeping gas out the side. Oh, excuse me. I'm thinking about seeing if I can get another air filter for it too at some point. I don't know how much that thing's going to cost either because it's got clamps that hold that bowl on for the oil bath for the uh, to catch trash after it. If it makes it through the filter, it goes down and the air filters through the oil to get all the trash out and then goes to the carburetor. But I wish there was a way I could buy something that was updated that's the same size. I could just put a regular air filter in. But it's probably something you'll have to run the tractor with. If it keeps on, I have to find somebody that works on classic tractors around here, probably spend an arm and a leg and get it fixed right. I'm starting to kind of get out of my depth working on this tractor. But that's something's weird. That sediment bowl, that's the first one I've ever seen, anything I've ever seen like that, with a bolt that goes through with a hole in it and a hole in the tip, and it screws in the end of the carburetor. And when the fuel fills up, it goes in the bolt and seeps over in there. It's weird. I'd never seen anything like that. Yeah. That's if worse comes worse, Johnny, I may try to find somewhere I can send it to get it rebuilt the right way. There was a part in there I was trying to change out that I could not get it to turn. It's a brass piece that goes up in there into the bottom where the float, the needle on the float goes up into. And I was trying to use the only tool I had was a pry bar that had the wide flat head on it. It's got notches where you put something in there and just twist it. It's like this, like this. It's like this. It's got a notch on each side, and you just put it in there and twist it to turn it loose. I could not get it to break. I was actually breaking away the copper on it or the whatever. And I was wanting to change that too, but I couldn't get it out. And I got a feeling that's why it was overflowing with gas, is because that seal up inside where that needle goes up in, that needle valve goes inside there, and when the float gets full, it closes it off. I got a feeling that seal was bad, and I want to take that part out and change it for the new one to get a good seal in it. Yeah, the jet, that's it, the jet. I could not, yeah. So I couldn't get that part broke loose and get it out, so I just said to heck with it, went back with everything like it was, and it still just poured gas outside the carburetor. I put the diaphragm that came out of the old carburetor in it. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. You got anything about that, Johnny? It'd probably been a good idea to get a little bottle torch on it and heat it up and back it out. But I still may go back and try that stuff if this don't work. I may see if I can find somebody in this area that works on old tractor carbs like that and see if I can get something going. So I'm not chatting out. Been on a heating pad, automatic ice pack since Saturday night. Took a hard fall slip. Oh Lord, man, Tim, I hate to hear that. Well, you do what you got to do to get feeling better and heal up from that. You know, and we just want you well in good shape and in good shape. Sorry, I missed that part. Yeah, y'all think about it. Say a prayer for her. I don't know she deserves it. She prays and worries about everybody else. It's starting to heat back up out there. Now, for some reason, I'm trying to lose my voice again. I don't even know the episode of last week. You guys got talking to Mom on the phone so much earlier, and I about talked my voice out. Oh, but yeah, try to do it again. I don't know what keeps causing that. I don't have a problem talking. Normally, I can talk all day long. But but yeah, anytime. I mean, if you need to go, we will really miss you. But if you need to go lay down and get comfortable somewhere or whatever, do your thing. You know. Hardware rod screws basically bionic. Always days after I hurt myself. Yeah, yeah, that's rough. Brush off until I lost a bug bolt that holds on now. A bug bolt that holds the mouth from the top man. Big bolt. Okay, I see big. I was like, what the heck a bug bolt was? I was trying to figure that one out, Johnny. Sorry. Is it the big bolt at the brush hog? Okay, so that's where the top link goes in. You put your bolt through. Or is it one of the bolts that holds the braces and all that together up top? If you're using farm equipment like that, you're always going to be losing something. Yes, yep. I mean, things are going to come loose. You got a lot of vibration and everything. I mean, you got a PTO shaft that's turning hard, causing vibration. You got those blades turning, it's going to cause a little vibration. Eventually, that nut's going to work loose, or that bolt's going to work loose and come out. Something's going to happen. unless it's something breaks that's attached to a part that you have to take off, and then the bolts will not come out to save your life. Yep, locked up. I used to hate on those old peanut pickers, the old Roanoke ones. Rolling on to making a video, going on more than yep. That's where it always works when you got a video going. It's something, everything going smooth, and something's got to happen. Daddy used to have those old Roanoke, the yellow Roanoke peanut combines with the black basket up top. You know, it was the old two rows. You had to dig them and it rolled two rows together and make one big heat row, and then you come out and pick them. And those pillow block bearings that would go through the hold the rods with the fingers and all that, strippers and all that on there. Those pillow block bearings would wear out, and Lord have mercy. You would have thought they welded them in there. Hey, Christine, how you doing? We weren't talking about you this week. It was the brush hog you bought. Oh, that's the one you were working on. You remember last video I saw you had to do a few things to it and get it ready where you could use it. But that is always the way. Just got to my hotel. Christina, Johnny run you off. Hey, Tony Walsh, how you doing, brother? Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch any videos, but I heard Tony Walsh having a problem with a tractor himself. So. Oh, she's up there where it's nice. South Dakota. South Dakota for work. Yep. I was always told to do a check on stuff before using farm equipment because they always did one before using equipment. Yeah. That's always the smart way to do it. But a lot of time we were always, let's get this thing in the field. We got stuff to pick. We got to go. Then you start tearing stuff up. We always have a problem when you get out there picking and you don't realize it, and you get a nice piece of old fat lighter wood that you got plowed up in the field when you dug the peanuts, and it rolls up in there and starts catching and breaking fingers off, or a big old rock. This South Georgia, we got a lot of sand, clay, and little red rocks, and we got some big red rocks too. Helium Carms. Okay, oh, she can't spell. Poor Christine. Yeah, Johnny, I see you said hot and muggy here, yeah. It's like an understatement. I can imagine. If it was anything like here. I have a crown next to my name. How you get a crown? I don't know how you get those. Oak Mogi. Antique Tractor Club meeting in Fitzgerald this Saturday. Oak Mogi. I'm guessing you mean Oak Mogi. That used to be the old management area over that way. Oak Mogi, I think is what it was called. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know how to give out crowns. Oak Mogi. Yep. Yep. I'm going to have to contact you about them details about that one. I'm going to have to take him a carburetor there, Tony. See if they can fix it. or get them to come out here to the house and see if they'll fix my tractor for me. I didn't know my channel had memberships. That's a new one on me. This channel ain't big enough to have memberships. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that may actually benefit me if I can get a chance to get over that way. Okay, didn't mean to hit that on Johnny, but still cool what he said. Yep. I don't know if I may like them folks or not. No. But no, I ain't got a problem with red tractors or green. Uh-oh. Comrade Dalek. Hello, Americans and maybe Aussies and the rest of the world. How are you? Must be a Doctor Who fan. Or somebody that knows I am. So the channels that gave membership and they mini giveaway. Okay. That's cool. Only Nanny Tan, sweetest person in the universe. She wins memberships all the time. I got a few of them. I'll email. All right, y'all. I'm guessing it's going to be Saturday night. You said supper. Man, I think this little computer tower just revved up and caught second. Went. Okay. Did equipment check before doing farm work. Made sure the bolts were tight. Missed it. Anyway, hooking the disc up, double check, and they were tight. And I got the field and checked, and the tight bolts came up. Yep, anything like can happen. Yes, Christine, I don't normally advertise it, but yes, I do like Doctor Who. Not the new Doctor Who, the older one. If you ever saw Doctor Who on the PBS telethons, they used to have all the time trying to get people to help donate money to keep the channel going back in the 80s. You most likely watched Doctor Who at some point. Hey, Scotty, how you doing, brother? You know, I already checked my pockets. I'm broke. No, I like communism, dog. I don't know about that around here. We don't really favor communism around here. Even though you are a Dalek, and Daleks on Doctor Who were kind of cool. But Mm. Yeah, of course, got it broke. You get married, you get broke. I actually, I actually liked it back in the early 2000s. Actually, when they rebooted it, I didn't like Christopher Eccleston, Doctor Who. I liked David Tennant and Matt Smith, and then it kind of went off the rails a little bit. Well, Peter Capaldi was kind of okay. That was Lynn the Okie. Well, Johnny broke some farm equipment too, but we probably shouldn't have said that. Johnny might have wanted it to be a surprise. Yep. Yeah. We're having trouble with typos. It's like I'm in the chat. I always have trouble with typos. But yeah, I mean, like I said, honestly, the favorite doctor I had was Tom Baker back in the 80s. The scarf, the cool fedora hat. I got one of those somewhere. It's kind of like his. But he had the big curly hair though. I got the no hair. But like far as modern Doctor Who's, the newer ones, got to be David Tennant. Matt Smith was okay. I like David Tennant. He actually had a pretty cool, like it's a crime show. It was a British type deal. It was on BBC America. It was called Broadchurch, where he was like a detective and he had like health issues and all that, but he was trying to solve a crime, the murder of a young boy. And this thing had you thinking this person was doing it, this person was doing it. Gina got involved in it, but she normally don't get involved in stuff I watch, but she got involved in that. And it come out at the end, it was like the person you least suspected it was going to be. It's crazy. I used to like watching Benny Hill sometimes. But it's like a mini series or whatever called Broadchurch. Like I said, I mean, it was super interesting. Matter of fact, uh, the lady that played Doctor Who, I cannot get her name for nothing. She actually played in Broadchurch with David Tennant, that was Doctor Who, and then she later became Doctor Who herself. I like some of her stuff, but they were reaching. Like when shows get, I mean, Doctor Who's been on for almost 60 years, or maybe 60 years. And when you get so far into a show, sometimes it's like they're really reaching for stories, and it's not that great anymore. Oh, trying to lose my voice again. Hey, Rebecca, you got to do what you got to do, though. Jodie Whittaker. That's it. Jodie Whittaker. I watched a few of her first episodes. You didn't get to see the TARDIS, the ship he flew around in, until she was on like 7 or 8 episodes in. It kind of, yeah. But Rebecca, yeah, you got to do that rehab to get back right, you know. We want you back right because, you know, pickled okra. You got to have some. Christine, I don't know. Yeah, I like him being a male, but if you're going to do him as a female woman, they should have done a better job writing it. It just was not good writing. Hee haw. Still my favorite part. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Whoa, gloom, despair, and agony on me. And I ain't watched Hee Haw since I was a little kid, but that stuck in my head. It seems like that's my life. Pickled jalapenos too. I mean, I would like to try some pickled jalapenos. I success with raw jalapenos because they're super hot to me. But any kind of cooked jalapeno, maybe pickled, I like to try them. They have so many great singers and stuff on there too. That's fine, Tony. No problem, man. I had mama to call a couple weeks ago. I had my cousin to call last week. It's crazy. Things happen right during the middle of life. Uh, man, yeah, that's it, Scotty. But oh, excuse me. But my cousin did come back this past Saturday, I think it was, and he crawled under there, and I thought sure there was a hole somewhere in the ductwork. He says he can't find one. He said he checked the main trunk line. He checked the flex pipe that comes off the trunk line that goes to each side of the trailer, and couldn't find any leaks. I think it's leaking around the ducts where it comes up in the floor, because there's a box and then there's a piece that hooks onto it somehow, and it's not really hooked up. And I was kind of pushing around a little bit trying to get it worked out. I'm right at 20 miles away from the edge of Fitzgerald. Town about 22. Ginger, North Georgia sister, how you doing? Oh, glad Christine's back. She got kicked out by the internet. I was kind of worried about it with this thing here, this computer, because it was kind of like, took a little bit to kind of get on in here and get to the get StreamYard to get on here. I am thinking of trying that EV Mux. I thought it was Eve Mux, but I've heard people. I looked at some videos like Jesse mentioned. It's to look up Mux, but it's actually most people call it EV Mux. I'm thinking about possibly trying it sometime or another. I don't know. I gotta do some more research. I watched a couple of videos yesterday about it, and it's really, really similar to StreamYard. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty decent quality to me. Seems like, but I mean, to me, StreamYard's pretty decent quality too, and I'm not going to pay anything for it. Oh, Johnny's getting a haircut Friday. Had a lecture on broke down. That's cool, Tiny Town. Get that meal the best way you can. I just saw that. John Pertwee. I cannot remember which one that was. Was he the guy in the hat? I can't remember. Oh. I have to dig the phone out, get the phone up, start looking up stuff. Doctor Who. It's looking more and more like me and Christine may have to in the future start a Doctor Who podcast. Okay, John Pertwee must have been the original. I'm getting older. I'm going to be 52 in this month, so it's taking me a while to remember stuff. Now John Pertwee, he was like 2 or 3. One of them, everybody calls a kung fu doctor. He drove around the little speedster car, and or like little roadster or whatever, and jumped out and did karate and kung fu and stuff. Okay. Okay. First cut and been too wet. Yeah. Yeah, I got hit pretty hard by some rain, Johnny. Yeah, I imagine it was too hard to get cut. Okay, that probably would have been a Tom Baker scarf there, Ginger. My Doctor Who number 4, my favorite. There it is. Who cast? Scotty just coined it right there. Yep. The big, well, the one with I remember with big curly hair, the big tall guy with big kind of schnoz, kind of like me, was Tom Baker. He was number 4, my favorite. So maybe number 3. Pertwee may have been one they called the Kung Fu Doctor, curly hair. Yeah, might have been him. William Hartnell. That was the original one. That was the cool thing about when they had Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. They had a whole episode where he went back and met a guy playing William Hartnell and kind of done some stuff. It was pretty cool. And that is the weekend after my conference over here. Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, the one I remember big nose and curly hair was actually Tom Baker, and he was actually in the 50th anniversary episode, and I loved it. It was awesome. He actually met up with Matt Smith, the current Doctor at the time, and he was the curator of the museum. There's a part where he says, "I could be you, or you could be me," and stuff like that. It was so cool. It was like a blast in the past there. Well, they had John Hurt to play Paul something. He was the kind of the interim Doctor, the 7th or 8th. I have to look it back up. But he only got a little short part of a season, and then they canceled the show, and then brought it back years later with Christopher Eccleston. I can do tricking with pocket scarf. And I like Star Trek too. We'll be driving, literally jumped to Tucson right after Pinecone Fest. Uh-oh. That's got to be coming up, which car Johnny's going to drive. I'm not going to ask. That's going to be in a video. It sounds like there's going to be a Biggins meetup planned again. And a Bigfoot museum. They done a museum about me. You didn't cut me in. Oh, new comments. I missed it. Okay. Oh yeah, Biggins is nice. I mean, brisket was like off the chain. Sauces were good. I mean, yeah, we actually got some from Sonny's Barbecue. They had it catered in. Oh my god, I'm talking about brisket was dry. I mean, it's drier than dirt in the pasture, and the pasture turning brown right now. It had some kind of sliced pieces, like sliced pork or maybe sliced beef. We couldn't tell. People could not tell what this was. Real thin sliced up. You take a bite, and there's like fat running all through the meat. It just was not good. I was like, this ain't barbecue. Biggins is barbecue. Hey, thank you for coming in, Christine. We really appreciate it. We got to talk Doctor Who sometime. Yep. Friend Jose's, who was lived in Tahlequah 63 years, had never been. Yeah, I can imagine. If Johnny likes it, I know Johnny likes Biggins. He likes good food. So Jose's has got to be good. And if Jose's has good chimichangas, that's some actual real refried beans, some real Mexican rice. I'm there. If I ever get to Oklahoma, we going. Because I had some at L1800 in Douglas, and we were okay. But I got used to Rancho Grande and Fitzgerald. They had the long, skinny chimichangas, and they were like fried. It looked like taquitos, like the little taquitos in the box you get at Walmart. But they're like good batter fried, and the white cheese sauce over the top. They were so good. But then L1800, they made huge. I mean, like a big burrito size, two of them, chimichangas, and awesome refried beans, Mexican rice, and a little salad to go with it. Lesson tomato, guacamole, sour cream. It was a bomb. They make their own refried beans. Yes, Johnny. Okay. Because I can tell you right now, Taco Bell don't have real authentic refried beans. I'll tell you that right now. A good Mexican restaurant does. And yes. And you know, out that way, west, Jose's, it's got to be real good, authentic Mexican cuisine. So yeah, make their own refried beans. You know they're gonna be good. Because Taco Bell puts what they call refried beans and all kind of stuff as filler, and it's just not as good as actual what a Mexican person can do with some refried beans. Need to lay down. Oh, now, Tam, dude, what you got to do? I know you kind of probably hurt and aching everywhere. When I fall, I get that way too. We love you too, Nanny Tam. Have a good night. Be safe. Rest up. Yeah, Tony, you ain't lying, brother. That it's got where we're talking about touch talk. Well, almost anything after the gallbladder's gone, that things go haywire. But Taco Bell, whoo, Lord have mercy. Mitzi Luca, haven't seen you in a while. Glad you made it in here. Yep, 9 Yep. Gina knows that every time I tell her something you've said in a comment or whatever, and about how you love us or whatever, she's like, well, tell her we love her too. So, yeah. Ginger, somehow I got to watching something else and forgot to comment on your video. And I thought the uh, the apron was pretty cool. The I've lost everything about it. The gathering apron with what you got the jalapenos in. I thought that was pretty dang cool. I even called Gina and she got aggravated me and said, "What are you calling me in here for?" I said, "Look at this cool apron Gina's got. Ginger's got. Just dumped all the jalapenos out. She gathered all this stuff. It's so cool." We missed you too, Mitzi. I usually see you in Tony's live every week, but I haven't seen Tony in a while. Kettle Kitchen. Sorry, Tony. Not Tony Walsh. Tony at Kettle Kitchen. Uh, I don't know what has been going on with him. Whatever it is, hopefully he'll get it straightened out. I haven't seen a game night in a while. He's had internet issues and all sorts of stuff. So, oh, Tony, I didn't get to hear. Is the Okmulgee tractor deal happening at night or during the day? Would have loved the test I had Thursday. I had needles in my arm, hand, arm, feet, lips. Sorry, legs, hip, and back. Sorry, that was. Forgot I said that. Wow. Rebecca, Suburban Hillbilly, I just told him to put me down. I'm already dreading getting these teeth up here drilled and filled in a couple of weeks because they always shove that needle trying to hit your brain with it. You know what? I don't think I ever even got to watch Johnny's Dozer video last week. That's right. I came out of here and Gina was already piled up in her chair in there and said, well, I got done. I just decided to pile up and watch TV, so I didn't get to watch it. So I got to go back and find that. But yeah. Ginger, when you make salsa with those jalapenos and stuff, if you kind of cook them down and they're not spicy, yeah, I might need a jar of that salsa to test out. Yeah, I mean, I saw it. It was I actually got it up on screen. I saw the picture. I'm like, oh, I need to watch that, but I got to do my live. And then I didn't get to see it. I came out. Gina had me supper at 6. Social at 5, supper at 6. I'm gonna have to check it out, Scotty. I mean, dang it, Tony. I'm sorry, I'm getting everybody's name screwed up tonight. Gina fixed my picture tonight. She may have made it stronger. I don't know. But yeah, Tony, I may have to go check that out. Johnny, I'm guessing it's at the home place your home where you're clearing up around the back, getting ready for the new cow pen. I have poked plenty of people with needles, but I do not like me. Yep. Yes. Oh, that'd be awesome. I see that. Oh, but yeah, I mean, like getting it. Hey, Christy Betts, how you doing? Glad you made it in. Like getting a shot in the arm. One thing that bothered me was that little pop. When it popped and broke in the skin. Oh, it drove me crazy. IVs and giving blood stuff like that for whatever reason in my mind, I start thinking, well, if I take it out and it starts bleeding and don't stop. A million things go through my head. Not here for them. Oh man, that's going to be amazing. 9 heifers and Elmer up there. Yep. Yeah. But I mean, Elmer. I mean, to be such a young bull, Elmer looks good. I mean, I mean, I've seen young bulls coming up. Sorry, something in there. They had a piece of mustache or something where I trimmed earlier. I don't know. Sorry about it, guys. But Elmer just, I mean, I've seen young bulls coming up, but Elmer, he just got that body. Yeah, he favors his daddy. He's built like muscular already, like Danny, and he's just such a young bull. I cleaned mine in the window unit the other day and the stand up unit in Gina's room in there. It was starting to get a little full. Now, I've got a can of coil cleaner somewhere. I got to get in there and clean that window unit out in the back. Hoping it'll help. And my cousin talked about it. He's supposed to come back and try to clean the coils on the unit. I got to see about this duct work for real. But yeah, Elmer. Every time I see him, I'm impressed. Old bully out here. I need to get some close ups of him. Now, my brother bought him. He's like pure Angus. I think he paid $2,500 several years ago for him as a young bull. I mean, like just probably 300 or 400 pounds. And I mean, he was impressive. He's got a good build, but he's not real high in the back, and that's what we needed here because the bull we had was so big. He was throwing such big calves that the heifers couldn't, or the cows couldn't birth the calves. And they might happen during the night, and then you lost a calf and a cow. So we had to change up. He's not as tall, but he's got a good build on him. He's starting to bud at me a little bit now. Yeah, I bet he is, Johnny. All right, Gene. I thought he said he's talking about coming back to clean it and take the cover off. Johnny, to be honest, I'm not sure. He was a big old solid black bull. I think Daddy got him somewhere supposed to be Black Angus, but I don't know if he actually was or not. But I mean, he was huge. He was so big. Gina nicknamed him Big, like Biggie Smalls, the rapper. There it is. I mean, the bull we have now, that bull was about maybe this much higher in the back than him. I mean, he was a huge bull. I mean, he threw some calves, but they was just so big. I don't think he was no pure Angus or pure anything. I think he was kind of mixed up. But I mean, he was an aggressive bull. Yeah, you don't want to mess with him too much. Yes, I was saying. I think he was Angus and something else crossed. Daddy probably bought him at the sale. Daddy's idea was, hey, Troy Sutton, how you doing, brother? Daddy's idea was get black cows. People will think they're black Angus and pay more for them at the sales. So there's no telling what kind of bull Daddy bought from that sale or wherever he bought it from, and brought it home. And so, oh, this is black Angus. I don't know what the world Tina thinking. You should have put LOL after that light colored bull. Yeah, he was. He was black. His eyes were black. He was black as midnight. I don't know where she been. Oh. I had a pretty Charlotte heifer one time. Daddy gave me coming up. You know, he said, just be your cow, whatever. You can get calves off of it. And then when I was ready to get married, I bought this. Well, there was a little single wide trailer I bought from my cousin here on this land that Daddy let live here, and I started working on it. Got kind of in trouble with the finances, trying to finish out building the trailer so we could get married and move in. So I had to give my pretty Charlotte heifer back to Daddy, or Charlotte cow. She wasn't a heifer anymore. Uh, Back to Daddy to take care of the fertilizer bill, so I could keep my money to finish the trailer out. So, man, she was pretty beautiful tan with white blaze down her forehead. She always had a good calf. She was a big cow, but I mean she always had a good sized calf. She could have it on her own, no problem. Oh, we had a big red part Brahma bull uh, and something else. I don't know what it was that Daddy had years ago at the old farm place at Granny Papa's. And man, he was throwing some huge ones. We were out there with the puller that actually had the hook on it. You hooked to the bumper of the truck with the come along on it, and the piece that come around up underneath the calf's bottom and or the cow's bottom, and your chain. You had to work to come along to pull them out. Oh, we had a rough year or two there until Dad started changing bulls. So then when he moved them all over here, it was okay for a while. Then it changed up. Some reason, old Big, one Gina called Big, was throwing some big ones. Mr. Gelbin. Not heard that kind of heifer. Gelve. Gelve. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Johnny. That's interesting. I never heard of one of those. I mean, we always had just crossed up, mixed up cows. We weren't sure what they were. With Daddy, I mean, he'd go to sale, buy something. We didn't never know what it was. I tell my brother actually bought Bully, the pure Angus bull, and then we were kind of stuck with whatever black cows Daddy bought. We didn't even know what they were. So, hey, Rebecca, birthday buddy, how you doing? Says it all. Hey. But yeah, I mean, we actually had one that was And I don't know where Daddy got her from. Yes, Ginger, they are. Yep, the 26th of July. Oh, thought everything with horns was a male. You don't look at their head to determine they're males or females. Yep. Because back then, Daddy got some cows from here and there and everywhere, and they may have some horns too. Yeah, we're gonna be a year older. Finna hit the old big five too. At least I think it is anyway, 52. Hey, lots of bulls don't have horns either. There's a lot. I've seen tons of huge Brahma bulls and stuff like that. Ain't got a horn one. That bully out here ain't got no horns. So Brangus, that bully's Angus, Danny's, you know, Brangus, and Danny's massive, by the way. I think it eat bully over here. So if if Danny, if Johnny ever brought Danny down to South Georgia, he would probably think that that bully is a cow. It might go bad for him. It's called, yeah, pole. Uh, Ginger, I gotta look at the calendar. I can't think if it's Friday or Saturday. I have to look at it. But yeah, if you're looking at one, you're probably right. And this is so much better than pouring from a cup because I'm getting my pants wet. 7-Eleven. I'm not sure if Michelle Big Van Living is going live tonight or not. I do not think to check on that. Uh, she's been going live, or she's been going live every couple of weeks anyway. I'm not sure exactly what day she's been going live. I check that out and see what she's been doing. All right, Missy, do what you need to do. Got to take care of the fur babies. Yeah, John, I ain't sure I've ever heard that phrase "polled," meaning not having horns. We just always heard they ain't got no horns. Yeah, we did. I mean, my brother and my dad. I mean, they were always mostly their cows anyway. So I didn't. Oh, Michelle don't have a live. Okay, I I forget about it all the time. I need to start paying more attention. I don't know. She's been having some issues, I think. So, well, I mean, she's been having treatments and stuff like that. So, all right, Chrissy, do sorry, Chrissy, do what you need to do. Thanks for coming by. Uh, but yeah, I mean, they took care of the cows. They did everything, and I kind of had one cow. That was it, the Charolais heifer or cow, wasn't heifer no more. But you know, And I wish I'd learned more from my brother and my dad about cows, calves, and all hogs and stuff, pigs, stuff like that. More about them. I never did. The pigs, they were, oh God, they were a mess. Yes, sir. That is very nice. Had a fan on my channel give me a magazine for my 22 Mac. I got it at auction because he saw didn't get one with it yesterday. Another one gave me a scope and mounts for it. So Johnny's set up now. Don't come poaching. Johnny's ready for the coyotes now. What's saying that you were going to poach, Johnny, get other poachers? People might want to poach some deer. But yeah, yeah, that man, Johnny, that always catches you off guard when somebody comes in and just like, hey, here, have this. Because sometimes you get to the point, it's like, there's no kindness in the world. Nobody cares about anybody anymore and stuff like that. And then somebody comes by and shows you, yes, there is. That's pretty cool. I mean, I knew there was a guy that said he was going to give you the magazine, but man, scope and mounts, that's pretty nice. Especially depending on the brand of scope. I actually got one from a local place around here. I won't say where it come from, but it's backwards. Let me clarify that one. The scope was not backwards. The adjustments were backwards. If you were shooting to the right and you wanted to adjust to the left, it would go further right. I took it back and told the guy about it. He didn't believe me. And I said, dude, every time I try to adjust it, it goes further that way. And they went to the gun range and shot at me and fired the rifle a few times. Like, this don't make sense. I said, that's what I was trying to tell you. Yeah, I mean, it's like people. Sometimes people will surprise you and do something really great for you. But it is 7:17, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, get in there and kick back and relax. Sun's still beaming on this old window. I'm gonna go in there where it's nice and cool. Bushnell, yeah, that was very nice. It was a Bushnell. I mean, Johnny, I'm saying, well, I just soon go buy it myself, do whatever. But I mean, every so often somebody comes by and says, "Here, take this," and it's a blessing. It's a wonderful thing that happens. Uh, Honestly, I love to see it happen more in this world. But there's certain people that will do that, some won't. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get out of here, rest my voice a little bit. Keeps cracking and breaking up on me. Hoping I got to do it. Be sick again tomorrow because I got to go to work because they're tightening up. We got a discussion about being on time and making sure you're there at work and not missing a bunch of days and stuff like that. So yeah, Not Rebecca, or one of the Rebeccas. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of here, kick back, relax a little bit, and this stuff is running down bad now. I'm gonna get out of here before I keep coughing or clearing my throat on y'all and y'all get irritated. Uh, y'all have a wonderful night. Go watch somebody else. Like and subscribe to their videos. Have a great night. And check out Johnny's uh, dozer videos and stuff like that I missed. I gotta go watch now. And Ginger's video with the apron thing that you can collect uh, your garden stuff with. Check it out. All right, Johnny gonna call Christine. Hey, thank y'all for coming by. Y'all have a great night. I really appreciate y'all so much for stopping by. Uh, it's been great. Kind of got me to forget about some, just junk going on with the tooth and everything else, or the teeth. So, y'all have a great night. Great rest of your week. I'll try to see y'all next week. Have a great night. Love y'all.